and on the verge of collapse. The Warden Lords, their power unmatched, stood tall, surveying the battlefield like gods in their dominion. Lucifer, the Dark Prince of Hell, had outmaneuvered them at every turn, and now, with his presence overwhelming and undeniable, the Xeric faced a choice, a final gambit or total annihilation. Is this all you are, Xeric? Lucifer's voice rang out, a cruel mockery of the very air itself. Conquerors of 1,000 worlds, yet when faced with hell itself you cower? Felix's pride had been his armor, but now it felt like a tattered cloak. His military prowess, his vast fleet, all the weapons at his disposal had been rendered irrelevant in the face of hell's might. He felt the weight of failure bearing down on him. His empire, once unstoppable, was now on the precipice of destruction. You have one last chance, Lucifer continued, his eyes glinting with a fire that could melt stars. I could destroy you all, but I offer you something far more entertaining. A bargain. A sudden hush fell over the battlefield. Even Baal, the hulking demon general, paused, intrigued by Lucifer's words. The Xeric, battered and bloodied, exchanged wary glances. Felix, sensing the weight of the moment, stepped forward, his voice steady but laced with doubt. A bargain, he repeated, trying to mask the tension that gripped his chest. What kind of deal could it be like you offered, Lucifer? Lucifer's smile was like the moon, a cruel, cold thing that showed no warmth, only a reminder of the darkness lurking in every corner of existence. An alliance, he said simply, his voice dripping with malice. An alliance that will guarantee your survival and, in time, give you dominion over this realm. Hell has its strengths, but I need something more. Felix narrowed his eyes. An alliance? The Xeric had never allied with anyone, especially not with creatures like demons. They were conquerors, not collaborators. But the reality of their situation was clear. Hell's power was beyond their comprehension. And if they were to leave this place with their lives, they would have to play by Lucifer's rules. Explain, Felix demanded, his voice carrying an edge of desperation. Lucifer stepped forward, his shadow growing longer with each movement. You wish to rule. You wish to conquer. Hell, in all its vastness, can be yours. If you can bring me something I desire, and what would that be? Felix asked, his heart pounding. Souls, Lucifer replied, the word hanging in the air like a dark promise. The Xeric have conquered countless worlds. I need the souls of your dead, the souls of those who have fallen to your conquest. You shall harvest them, deliver them to me, and in return, I will grant you what you desire most. Felix's mind raced. The Xeric were skilled in battle, but their true strength lay in their ability to manipulate and harvest resources. Souls, however, were a commodity they had never dealt with, except as trophies or in the most superficial sense. Lucifer's offer seemed too good to be true, but his reputation preceded him. He was not one to make deals lightly, and if we refuse, Felix asked, his voice firm despite the uncertainty gnawing at him. Lucifer's expression darkened, the temperature dropping even further. The sky itself seemed to shudder in response. Then you will be consumed. Every last Xeric will be reduced to ash. Your empire will fade into nothingness, just like the countless others who thought they could defy me. Felix knew this was not an empty threat. Lucifer's power was absolute, and his realm, though incomprehensible in its horror, was a living, breathing testament to that. The Xeric could not survive here on their own. The silence stretched on, heavy with the weight of the decision. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Felix took a deep breath and made his choice. We accept your offer, Lucifer, he said, his voice now a mixture of resignation and resolve. We will bring you the souls you desire. Lucifer's eyes gleamed with satisfaction, his smile widening. Good. Your first task is simple. You will return to your worlds. Continue your conquest, and when the time is right, you will begin the harvest. But beware, Xeric. If you fail me, if you hesitate, I will collect my price in ways you cannot imagine. With a snap of his fingers, the ground beneath Felix and his officers seemed to twist. The very fabric of reality warping as the landscape of hell was replaced by the cold, distant reaches of the Zereth flagship. The invasion had ended, not with victory, but with a pact. Felix felt the coldness of hell still clinging to his skin, the oppressive presence of Lucifer lingering even as they returned to their ships. His mind buzzed with the enormity of the deal they had struck. A warlord had made a bargain with the devil. What consequences would follow? We have no choice, Rock, his second in command, said quietly, walking up beside him. We live to fight another day.
Jack, too tired to argue, waved her off, muttering something about union rights for exhausted technicians. Xylee's tentacle-like hair twitched as she worked, muttering something in her native tongue, Velcrin. Jack didn't need a translator to know it was likely an alien version of lazy humans. She was always muttering. You know, if you keep mumbling, I'm going to start charging you rent. Jack quipped. I do not mumble. Xylee shot back, glaring at him. And your upkeep hardly merits additional expenses. Fine, Jack said with a lopsided grin. But you better not use this as an excuse to clean my underwear drawer again. Your undergarments require serious sterilization. Xylee replied without missing a beat, her bioluminescent glow deepening in color. Jack chuckled and shifted to lie on his stomach, his face buried in the pillow. Wake me if the ship explodes, or if you find a way to clean sarcasm out of me. Xylee froze. Her eyes widened. The glow of her skin brightened suddenly, shifting into an almost neon pink. Sir, I strongly advise you not to sleep in that position, she said quickly, her voice an octave higher than usual. Jack, already drifting into sleep, grunted. What this? It's called being comfy. Xylee knew the curse wasn't just folklore. It was a biological nightmare. When a Valkyrie's master slept face down, their instincts went haywire. It wasn't her fault, but that wouldn't matter when her body betrayed her in the most humiliating ways imaginable. Sir, perhaps you should reconsider your position, she said, her voice shaky. Xylee, Jack groaned, half asleep. I am not reconsidering how I nap. Her glow intensified. She stepped back, clutching her cleaning wand like a shield. Maybe it wouldn't happen. Maybe she could control it. She was a professional. But the hum in her chest, the sudden warmth in her skin, and the increasingly erratic glow told her otherwise. Focus, she whispered to herself. Think of cleaning protocols. Think of detergent. It wasn't working. She took